Good afternoon, class. This is my class demo presentation, and I used The Good Writer's Guide by Gretchen Bernabe. I did my lesson over voice and style in a creative writing class, which is a supplementary course for ESOL 2. A little background. The objectives for this lesson are: the student writes for a variety of audiences and purposes to develop versatility as a writer. The student is expected to choose topics and forms to develop fluency and voice, use word choice, sentence structure, and repetition to create tone. The language objective is: students will use listening and writing skills to write notes in their interactive notebook. Students will use technology, computers, to produce error-free compositions. Like I mentioned, the student writes for a variety of audiences and purposes to develop versatility as a writer. However, because of accountability and STAR testing, we don't really teach many different writing forms. We teach them, but we don't go in depth into them as much as we do the modes of writing for the test. So, the majority of our classroom instruction is dedicated to the expository essay for the English 1 class and the persuasive essay for the English 2 class. Since this creative writing class is for both freshmen and sophomores, I need to teach both as much as I can during the instructional time frame. So, I created a model, like a format for students to follow so they can become familiar with the expository or the persuasive essay format. However, this kind of has the students sounding like robots, and it's very formulaic, which is something that Gretchen Bernabe, the author of The Good Writing Guide, is known for doing. They create a formula or a kernel essay where the students just fill in the blanks with their own experiences or knowledge, and they can score reasonably well on these standardized tests. But like I mentioned, they do tend to start sounding formulaic or robotic. So I've been using the Gretchen Bernabe voice and style and the development of ideas chapters in order to get these students to move away from sounding robotic or formulaic. So the lesson plan for this lesson is: the cue set focus is what choices reflect your lifestyle. How do you show who you are? What is voice in writing? For guided practice and independent practice, we define the academic vocabulary and analyze a rubric to determine how to best demonstrate voice and style in writing. As a closure, and I'll mention this now, the camera shut off before the lesson ended. As a closure, we reviewed how to improve a model, how to improve our voice in writing, and we just closed the lesson with: did we meet our objective? Did we complete our assigned tasks? The mode for teaching this voice and style lesson was more of a lecture style. It was somewhat of a workshop also, since we did the guided practice together. and a workshop includes completing certain activities by all members of the classroom. As a classroom, we practice, we are all accountable and need to participate. Objective.
Yes.
Thank you. I will
define voice and style, analyze a piece, and practice using different voices.
Excellent. So first, let's start with defining voice and style. Let's discuss what voice is. What is voice?
Like
Sound.
how you talk, your
Sound.
language,
Talk.
communication.
The way you communicate, okay. The way you sound, like if you have a high voice or a low voice, or you mean like the formality of your language? Both? Okay. In writing, can they hear?
No.
No, right? So in writing, your voice is your formality, the way you talk, right? Mr. Lerma, do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a significant somebody you like? Okay.
Yeah,
If you needed to write her a note, how would you write it? What kind of words would you include? Hmm? If you had to write her a letter, you would write, my girl?
No entiendo.
Si tú tienes una novia y tú le vas a hacer una carta a ella, ¿cómo le vas a poner? ¿Qué le vas a escribir?
Letra. Lo primero. O sea.
What kind of words?
¿Qué tipo de palabras vas a usar? No le vas a decir, hey, ¿cómo estás, güey? ¿Dónde andabas ayer? No le vas a decir así, ¿verdad? ¿Cómo andas?
Quiero.
Nah.
Okay, te quiero. What else? How would it be different from your mom's? With your mom, you would probably say usted, right?
Yes.
La amo mucho, gracias por todo lo que hace. And with your girlfriend,
Te amo mucho.
chiqui baby, Lerma to your dad. All right. Oh my God, we get in trouble. So when you write, use a voice that's appropriate for the situation, but that still sounds like you. Show your readers who you are as a writer. Develop your own voice and style using these strategies. Use precise nouns and action verbs, effective modifiers, and figurative language. Write with colorful language to make your work lively and exciting. Vary your sentences to keep your readers engaged. Change voice to suit your form, audience, topic, and purpose. So, very good. 4 paragraphs. So, what does it mean by vary your sentences to keep your readers engaged? What kind of sentences do you know? Are you familiar with? You have, you remember these?
Fanboys.
Okay, what kind of sentence does that one make? A fanboy.
But
But, what kind of sentence is it? Is it a simple sentence? Is it a compound sentence?
which one?
Is it
The first one?
fanboys?
Compound.
Fanboys is compound, right? What about movies?
Simple.
Complex. There's actually 2 B's. Okay, so when we write, we want to use precise nouns and verbs, different types of sentences, and to change our voice, right? If we're gonna write to little kids, well, we're not going to use very scary words, right? We're going to modify it to where it's like, yes, very friendly. So we're going to study the rubric on page 68 of your packet. Can you please turn to that page?
68.
Yes. Let me get you some highlighters. 68. What page? What page?
68.
Thank you.
The next one.
Yes.
Next.
Some of my students from 6th period were telling me that that's it. That the last meeting was last week. But I guess you can go and check.
¿Dónde iban a ir?
The mentor program.
Al que decía.
What? The mentor program
Ah,
over
el que está ahí
there
arriba.
on Thursdays. Some of my students said that last Thursday was the last meeting, but I'm not sure. Okay, so we're going to read the rubric to see how good you have to write in order to show your voice. Okay, so voice and style. Let's define voice on here, okay? What do we say voice was? The pitch, the writing. And how do you show your voice in your writing? How do you show your voice in your writing?
Formal.
With words, right? It can be informal. Like if you want to write a funny story, well, you would use funny words, right? Like if you want to write a funny story about a thug, right? Remember our vocabulary word thug? We would use the vato loco forever, right? If we want to write a funny story. Yeah? How else could we, the cholo? I don't know.
Ugh.
But if we're being formal, instead of saying the vato loco forever, we're going to say thug, yes? Or the criminal, the bad guy. So voice is using, can you please write these down?
Why we copy the letter?
Because you want to show who you are. Yes, that's why I tell you, when you use the thesaurus and you're finding synonyms, don't use a word that you don't know. Why? Is it going to sound like you?
No.
No. That's why I tell you to find cognates that you are familiar with and that you know actually flow and make sense. Yes? For example, if you're trying to say that the girl was sad, and then you find the thesaurus synonyms for sad, right? And you find a word that says depressed. You want to use it in your essay and it doesn't fit quite well because, you need to choose words that you're familiar with. So let's look at the way they grade your voice. The writing fully engages the reader with your voice and style. The tone is consistent throughout. So fully engages, individual voice, tone, consistent. The words are powerful and engaging. The sentences are varied and flow effectively. That's a essay. When we grade your voice, your style, your Frida personality. Yes? Or your cute personality, or your serious personality like Mr. Ledma,
Or your appearance.
or your smart, your intelligence comes through the paper, yes? What you know, what you're strong in, yes? Like Miss Moya, who is strong in medicine. Her voice would be showing her interest in medicine, yes? Okay, so let's go ahead and look at number 3. Mr. Rocha, can you please read number 3 here?
Most of the writing engages,
Engages,
engages
entretiene.
the reader with a voice and style that are unique. The tone is mostly consistent.
Excellent. What are some key words that differentiate or that tell these two apart? This one is fully. Wow. All of it. Fully. How is this one different?
In age.
Most? Mostly. You see, this one is consistent, and this one says mostly consistent. What else is different between these two?
Unique.
They are unique, okay. Most of the writing. You see, this one is all of the writing. This one is most.
Ay, lo siento.
Montado en México. Ensamble en México, ensambló México, montado en México.
Excuse me?
Como si-
Mr. Ledman, can you read this box, please? This one, please?
The most, this one,
Mm-hmm.
the most words and sentence are description and appropriate to the course and audience.
Okay, very good. So most of the words, you see the difference? The words, and this one says most. What else is different? Very good. So for a 4, Mr. Rocha, we need to have all of them. And for a 3, we need most, right? For a 2 is, you're not very unique. You're not really showing yourself. You're not showing your
Miss,
personality.
what is this?
Yes. Oh, this? HMU? Looks like a texting thing, no?
Yes.
I think it means hit me up, like call me. Okay? So here, the Miss Ceballos, can you please read that box, please?
Yes. Some of the writing engages the reader, but the voice and the style are not unique.
Excellent. So, what is the difference between the 3 and the 2?
Some
Some. Very good.
and are not
Are not unique. Very good. Mr. Rocha, can you please highlight this, please? Mr. Lemon? Miss Moya, can you please read this box?
Some of the words and sentences are interesting and appropriate to their purpose and context. Some words are colorful and unique. Some sentences are varied to flow with these meanings.
Okay, what's the difference between the 3 and the 2, Mr. Rocha?